With 6,500 kilometers ridden, the Dakar wears you down. The rocks, the roads, the sand, the dunes, the endless punishment of body, mind and machine, the wear and tear. But out here in the Saudi desert, it's not just the terrain that takes its toll when the sun rises. The lack of sleep, the midday heat, the bitter cold, and the wind.
Yeah, a little bit cold, windy.
How'd you feel this morning, Jakob?
Good. Yeah, it was cold, windy. You know, the bike's going like this, you're like, "Arr," but good.
It's the same of Dunkirk during the winter training when I am in France, but it's okay for me.
Stage 9, another long one, and with some very complex navigational conundrums, as we'll see. Add to that some perilous rocky plateaus, and this could be a very special. And so to the action. Kevin Benavides, winner yesterday, first out today. He found himself caught between a rock and a hard place. It wasn't Kevin's day, 6th for the Argentine. After a tactical mistake yesterday, Adrian van Beveren went out before he wanted to, but he made the best of both his starting position and his current form, hoovering up 5 minutes 26 in time bonuses, which brought him a 5th Dakar stage.
It was really difficult today. I tried my best, I really tried to be consistent, and I think it was a good stage.
AVB's bonuses meant he beat Ricky Brabeck despite the overall leader's faster raw time. Scores on the doors, Ricky 32 seconds back on the special. 3 Hondas took the day's honours, Pablo Quintanilla 3rd.
The best case scenario is if Ross gets 2nd today to me. That's the best case scenario.
Sorry Ricky, didn't turn out that way. Motswana Branch, riding the hero, finished 7:09 behind Van Beveren, which is the exact same amount of time he now trails Brabeck in the classification.
It's crunch time, and I would have liked to have been up a little bit closer today.
There are 2 riders here who have no idea where they stand, either on the stage or overall. Harriet Noah and Tony Mulech have both decided not to follow social media or their own progress on the Dakar. But why?
Because I don't look at any videos. I mean, I don't use like social media and stuff like someone else does it. So yeah, during the Dakar.
For sure, the whole day is just focus on the navigation all the time. When I come back to the bivouac, I try to refuel my body, to calm down my brains a little bit.
Mulech is 15th after today. Noah bettering his ambitions. 3rd in Rally 2, 13th overall. Yesterday we said it was down to 5, now it looks like 4. The 3 Bs at the top, Brabeck, Branch and Van Beveren. And in W2 RC, it's Brabeck and Branch at the top. A 10th stage win for Alexandre Giroux as the quads competition is reaching an exciting climax. At this stage last year, Giroux led overall by 1 hour and 20. The year before, he was 2 hours 43 up after stage 10. We've been waiting for this for a while. Manuel Andújar at the top of the standings, though, by 6 minutes and 13 seconds with 3 days left. My father turned 77 this week. He plays bridge, collects his pension, and he's currently on a cruise. Jean-Pierre Strugo also turned 77 this year, and he's here competing his 33rd Dakar.
Passion, sharing and going beyond yourself. When we start, it's to get to the finish. Back in the day, the Dakar started on Place de la Concorde in Paris. I had my offices there. They would come and tease me and say, get involved. 2 or 3 years later, it happened. It was the unknown, adventure, the fulfillment of 1 or 2 years of preparation. I have fantastic memories. In the beginning, it was nonsense, it was crazy, totally improvised. That was the great strength of the founder, Thierry Sabine. He would take a bunch of adventurers, of friends, and we didn't know what to expect. Some people are cured after the first attempt at the Dakar, but that wasn't the case for me. I didn't finish it the first time, or the second time, or the third, or the fourth time. I needed a big dose of perseverance. It is easier. It's easier because I have all the experience, and my driving is based on the car, on my physical condition, on the terrain, and it forces me to stay in shape throughout the whole year. I'll keep going until I find the antidote. As long as I have the passion and the physical ability, there's no reason to stop.
A true Dakar hero, a true inspiration. Defending T1 Plus champion Nasser al-Attiyah has had a Dakar to forget.
Sorry, I don't want to jump again in this car. You know, I decide, you know, just coming to say thank you, and I leave home tonight. If I am not Nasser al-Attiyah, okay, I will accept. This year for Dakar, I learned something, you know, in my life, and yeah, never will happen again.
So now it's Loeb versus Sainz, and it is tasty.
There's no reason to be scared. I'm not worrying about the others. I'm just doing my own race, trying to do as well as I can on every special with Fabien. Just do our job. Nasser had problems again today? Damn. My car seems to work pretty well.
I really don't think either Nasser or Seb are cut out for politics, but driving race cars, hell yeah. One small navigation error yesterday cost Loeb dearly. The BRX man picked up a 4th win of this year's Dakar, chomping 4 minutes off Carlos's lead. It would have been more had the French puncture magnet not drawn 2 more. So just one pro drive left, but the 4 rings still have 3 in the race. Today we got a glimpse of how they're going to play. Ekstrom led out for Sainz, Peter Hansel behind to help out if needed. Clever Vorsprung durch technique. Carlos was second and has a comfortable cushion. Toyota Gazoo Racing's Lucas Moraes was flying again in the early part of the stage, but in the final 80k he lost 6 minutes, meaning he ended up 8th instead of the 3rd he was set for, but still lies 3rd overall. 4-wheel drive good, 2-wheel drive bad, said George Orwell. But Matthew Serradori would disagree, 3rd fastest with one of the drives of the year in his Century CR6.
We had a little problem on the liaison. Yesterday we towed Seb and Fabien. This evening he stopped with 15k to go to tow us here, so we're happy. We're obviously not boxing in the same category, but today, thanks to our navigation and what we did on the track, it paid off. We're super happy.
Is now 20 minutes with 3 specials left. 7 minutes a day will do it for Seb. Benedictas Banagas is still in the top 10. Moraes 30 minutes ahead of Guillaume de Mevius. A smart stage strategy from challenger leader Mitch Guthrie. The American minimised his risk of punctures and mechanicals. He's got 28 minutes in hand. The Quran says in a marriage, each spouse has a role. In the Cavignasso marriage, the roles are this: Nico's the driver, Vale the co-driver. A convincing first win at the Dakar for the husband and wife. Cristiano Batista won stage 9, but a disaster for teammate João Ferreira.
Lost the fuel pressure and we have to change the fuel pump.
Batista roared to victory in the SSVs, but the big winner on the day, Xavier de Sultre. He now has a clear road ahead for a first Dakar title. Ferreira was his closest rival, but lost an hour. Rookie Sarah Price is second. The overall gaps in T5 can end up as titanic as the trucks themselves. Take Alice Lepraiche back up to second, but nearly 2 hours off the pace. Martin Macic could have asked navigator Frank Tomasek to find a nice spot for a picnic, such is their advantage. The Czechs could afford to ease off and let Gers Huzink take his first stage win this year. In case you're wondering, he's 58 hours back overall, which is enough to watch all 5 seasons of The Wire. This isn't going down to The Wire though. Macic's crew are the A-team. We had 12 stages on the bill. Every day we've had a big casualty. Some leaders are on Coronation Street already. Previous winners continuing their dynasty and new stars having the days of their lives. The competitors may not be friends, but every one of them is a survivor. They have one life to live and they're living it at Dakar 2024.